What is going on? I'm zmoT, also known as Anon the Moose in the Archipelagos. Thank you for your patience. This video is going to be a bit late today. Number one, I was really hoping to have a brand new, perfect, fantastic troop damage or troop health masterpiece. My sculptor built a 15%, so if you have problems with the sculptor, I am there with you. This account has terrible, terrible statues, but magically fantastic trees. So I've got 22% gunboat energy, 20% troop damage, level 17 headquarters, maxed boats. No, actually they're not maxed. I need to get on that. Do not let your landing crafts fall behind. More importantly, let's have a look at War Factory, see if we can take it down with this account with no boosted statues. This is an interesting layout. I like this a lot. This is going to be something that max level players can have all sorts of fun with. Low level players are going to struggle with a bit because all of these lasers are going to be a huge, huge pain in the butt. And there's nothing we can hack here, essentially. I mean, we could potentially hack the mortars, but that's not going to do a lot of good for us. Going to the right looks like the best possible option because you can clear all of this stuff and then walk around in behind and blow it up. But still, there's going to be a bunch of work done. So what we're going to do is we need to look, let's see here, laser beams have in the neighborhood of, what's that, 57,000 health. Cannot use artillery and barrage on that. This is going to be a tough one for low levels. This is going to be one of those ones that maybe, just maybe, you're going to need to use tanks because those laser beams aren't going to do a ton of damage. I don't tend to recommend tanks for low levels because low level tanks are useless, but this is going to be a tough one. I gotta sit and think here for a second. Okay, let's have a quick look, see how much health are on those shields. So we've got more health than we can deal with. A low level account would probably take 3 full attacks just to barrage those shield generators, so I'm not going to recommend that to anyone. Don't throw, I mean, realistically, you could just throw all of your attacks, use GBE on these back shield generators, probably going to take you 3 attacks, maybe even 4, and then just balls to the wall, hit that core, but that's going to be a bad idea because there's lots of lasers that are going to be in range. All of these doom cannons are going to eat you up, so low levels, this is going to be a grind. This is going to be a big, big problem. So you're probably going to need to send a bunch of troops in here. Try to stay out of range of this laser beam. What I'm going to do first off is I'm just going to get rid of this one laser beam over here. That's going to be my starting point. And then it's going to be really hard to stay out of range of this laser beam. Like really, really hard. Also, at least we can drop. I'm just going to get rid of this laser right here. That's my goal number 1. Then we can try to move forward because I don't really have too many plans here because this is going to be very, very difficult for low levels and I don't really know what our options are. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to send all of our troops in here. We are going to need the delay. The delay is going to be super, super critical. I'm going to push the button. Everspark is going to hack that machine gun, which should work to our advantage. I'm going to shock this right here, just hoping to stay out of range, getting all of our troops. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flare back over into here and just try our best to run away. Don't want Everspark to drop critters because, now we're just going to run back into here, keeping all of our troops alive, and then I'm going to retreat. That's going to be attack number 1, and now I'm going to throw some barrages onto these laser beams here, just trying to do this super, super carefully, trying to keep as many troops alive as we possibly can. 8 zookas, 1 laser beam. And the reason why I got rid of that wide laser beam is I just wanted to be super careful and make sure that we don't have to worry about anything to the right of us. Now we can come in and get rid of, say, these 2 laser beams next with only needing to shock 1 set of lasers because these ones, it's going to be a tough deal to get rid of them, but we can probably shock 1, 2, 3 if we are fairly careful. So we're only going to need 2 shocks to get rid of 2 lasers, which I think is a fantastic trade-off. So let's just give that a shot. This is going to be a bit iffy for sure, but that's the beautiful thing about War Factory. it really doesn't matter if you fail because there's no downside to it. This is something you basically get a free operation attack out of the deal, and anytime you can get free operation attacks, I say you do it because it's just so incredibly useful. We're going to sit here. As soon as my smoke is about to expire, we're going to shock there. Then we're going to shock right there. Manage to get all of the, what's it called, majiggers, all of the lasers that I was hoping to get, and now we're going to flare way the heck over here, and we're going to retreat. I did not get far enough away. I did not have enough smoke to save all of my zookas, but hopefully by retreating, we can save some. Now, we're making a nice little hole. It's not pretty. We're going to have to spend some diamonds here, but you know what? That is okay with me. I will spend diamonds for you guys any day of, most days of the week, not any day of the week. Let's have a quick look. So as you can see here, we've cleared up this whole right side. Now we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 lasers to deal with, and we can get rid of them using 1, 2 shocks. So that's going to be a big deal. So now what you want to do is, when you're dropping your smokes on the shore here, use the water line. Throw 1 smoke, and as soon as that smoke's out, use your size of your thumb or however you throw your smokes to gauge what the size of the next one's going to be and whereabouts to put it. We're going to aim slightly to the right of center simply because I don't want to be anywhere near that machine gun. And now we should be golden. It's going to be a bit iffy for sure, but hopefully we can get down 1 and 2 lasers during the time of all of these shocks. Zookas are doing some magical things. Going to move slightly to the right and shock again. And now we've got all of the lasers hopefully down, and we can just run the heck away. Run away, get away from that machine gun. We've got all of the lasers down that we need to be down. And now we can come over into here, farm a little bit of gunboat energy, and get rid of that machine gun. So far, so good. Every single laser gone. And the way we made it somewhat simple was by getting rid of the wide right one. That way, I really like it when you only have to shock off to one side. I find that that works incredibly well. Gonna hack this machine gun in the hopes of getting rid of it because zookas and machine guns never tend to do well. Now I'm just gonna send all of my troops on a long walk. The reason why they're on that walk is if I retreat right now, that machine gun is not going to go away, which is going to be bad danger. And now let's just retreat now that all of our barrages have landed. I don't necessarily recommend retreating any times here. I'm just trying to save as many troops as I can. You guys use all your troops, lose them all. You probably have instant training or diamonds or time to spare. I can't do any of those things on this attack. So now that that's done, we are looking pretty darn good. I mean, these doom cannons back here are going to be a pain, and I don't know if we'll be able to deal with them or not, but at least we're getting closer to having some sort of option because there's just so much going on here. And at the very worst case, here's the thing. As a low level, you don't need to beat War Factory. There are at least 65 buildings down here that you can get, and that's going to get you all of the rewards you need. You're going to get all of the stone. You're going to get all of the wood. And if you don't get the core down, it's not the end of the world. Those 3 complex gears are not worth a whole bunch of diamonds for you to spend or a whole bunch of time for you to spend. So I know every time I emphasize taking down War Factory, but realistically, look at those rewards, see where the tiers are, and if it's just not worth it, then if you fail, you fail. And just make sure that if you don't think you're going to get it down, go clear every single one of these factory supplies. But we're not going to do that. We're going to try to get in there, clear all of this stuff, and it's going to be a massive problem. I don't know that we can actually do it, but hopefully we can get a nice little spot away from these shock blasters, away from the mortars, and I think that's going to be somewhere about in here. So we're going to come from the very right. I am going to load some of my wonderful friends that are rifles. Now, when you're reloading a boat, this one has the longest wait time, so we're going to switch that one out. We're going to bring in some rifles. I'm going to spend some more diamonds, and we're going to get into it. This is going to be the longest War Factory attempted takedown in the history of my channel, but that's totally fantastically fine with me. Hopefully you guys can stick around. A lot of you gave some great examples of what Canada Day meant to you as non-Canadians and as Canadians. Fairly strange Canada Day, I have to say. A lot of online celebrations and private firework displays and things like that. Definitely not the Canada Day that any of us in Canada, I think, are used to. But people managed to make the most of it, which was fairly fantastic. Gonna use a smoke to try and keep that boom surprise from ruining our day. At this point, it's just going to be farming up that right side, trying to keep critters ahead of us. It's a little bit unfortunate that most of our critters are off to that right side because we're going to have to trigger those boom surprises with our troops. Not the end of the world, though. So we should be able to just keep moving up that right side. Everspark's going to keep throwing critters out here. I was going to use a different term for it, but she keeps pooping critters. Let's be honest. She poops critters like the best of them. Now, why that sniper tower is hacked, I should have used Critter Swarm 100%. Perrins is going to be yelling at his screen right now, but at the same time, keeping that building hacked is going to keep those sniper towers occupied for a couple of seconds, and we're just clearing this whole right side. You'll notice that we're almost at that 65 tier, which is going to get us all sorts of extra wood, I think it was, and for low levels, the rewards on War Factory are not they don't tend to be super good, but at the same time, 600,000 wood or whatever it was will possibly be the difference between a landing craft upgrade or not. Now that that sniper tower's down, getting the heck away from that Doom Cannon, we are going to be grinding up against the core on the dance floor very, very quickly. Hopefully you guys managed to copy these attacks where you got rid of all of the laser beams. One thing to be aware of is laser beams can be flash killed, so if you want to do some math, figure out if you can flash kill them or not, let me know. I'm happy to help you on that. Math is my strong suit to some extent. Look how much our shocks are costing now. 42 gunboat energy per shock. Things are getting very, very pricey. Getting rid of all sorts of buildings at the same time using the universal remote because it's going to be handy dandy. It's also going to keep our troops alive as those Doom Cannons start to get into our grills. At this point, I'm going to flare this cannon right here just in the hopes of getting rid of all of the stuff, getting our troops nice and close to that core because we need a nice little hidey hole. I don't think we're going to be able to grind this core down. Why has the attack not ended? Do we have a critter somewhere? Oh, we've got one critter just hanging out there. We're going to retreat. And you'll notice now we've got all of the rewards. We've cleared that entire right side. So now it's just a matter of if we can actually finish this off. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we're going to find out very, very quickly. Let's go. 112 my diamonds. Now, I don't recommend using your diamonds to load your troops. I would highly recommend waiting the 48 minutes or whatever it is, but that is not how I roll. We're going to come in here, we're going to hit this War Factory, and we're going to get destroyed by all of those Doom Cannons. Should I probably take out... If I came in here 1, 2, 3, 4, if I took out these 2 Doom Cannons on the end, I could do a 4-wide shock on 1, 2, 3, 4 here, but I'd probably miss that shock anyways. Our troops probably can't melt that. So right now we don't have a lot of good options, but whatever. Let's go. I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let's do that right now. I'm gonna try that shock simply because I always screw it up. We're gonna use brick. We're gonna go to the right. But first, we're going to get all sorts of gunboat energy in here. I'm not going to drop brick. If you're going to farm some gunboat energy and then move your troops, don't drop brick until you absolutely have to because she walks faster and it's going to make your flares and smokes and things more complicated than they need to be. So we're going to farm all of this gunboat energy until we get somewhat close to those mortars and shock blasters range. This is the most... this is not an easy War Factory for low levels. There's going to be a lot... Oh no! Just missed. Dodging underneath mortars is an art, and I am not good at it. So we managed to get underneath that mortar's bomb, or I don't even know what mortars... I've asked you guys like 50 times what mortars throw, but I don't know what the answer is. Probably could have got that last one, but as you can see, just not worth doing. Now, at this point, we're going to drop brick from here simply because she's going to help us out. She's going to get going, and she's going to close that gap fairly quickly. Now I'm going to go right to here. This is the danger zone. This is going to be the difficult uncomfortable, not super awesome walk that we're going to do here. We're going to need to get all sorts of smokes. Now, you can gap your smokes with doom cannons. You just need to be super duper careful. Ugh, that was not awesome. Okay, we're going to use battle orders simply because I'm not super stoked on all sorts of doom cannons. Clearing, let's go, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now I'm going to come back underneath smoke, hopefully getting away from that last doom cannon. Did not completely get away. Whew, things just got interesting. Need to move so I can actually see my smoke timer. We're going to throw a shock right there. Oh, I managed to hit the shock. I never hit that shock. But as you can see there, we're just going to get melted. Possibly using Everspark would have been better simply because she would be dropping critters, which would be keeping our zookas alive. But, and we only got, I probably shouldn't have used battle orders on that doom cannon up there. So here's what you don't want to do, I suppose. Let's just flare back out of here, see if somehow magically we can get out of range of all of those doom cannons. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to get melted here. So this is not going to be a viable strategy. This is going to be a huge and utter failure, I think. But we won't know until we know. Doom cannons just eating. We got 2 doom cannons firing, 3 doom cannons. Yeah, we're done. So attack over. Not awesome. But you know what? I'm going to leave that in there. I sometimes will cut this video out simply because it's not awesome. This is going to be a long War Factory video. So there is a way for you to get all sorts of rewards from War Factory and fail. So as you can see there, we got 789,000 wood, which is fantastic. We're going to switch up. I'll go back to my HQ18 account and see if we can't take this down. Okay, so we are now on HQ18, slightly more powerful couple, I think at least 1 extra statue, maybe 2, couple extra zookas, which is fantastic. Also, just higher level artillery, higher level barrage. Let's have a quick look here, see what we can do. I'm really tempted to do a core hit simply because I think we can do that fairly easily without having to worry about any lasers. But it might be a bad idea at the same time. So what I'm going to do is exactly what I talked about before. We are going to use artillery and barrage on these back shield gens. And once that's done, you can come in with warriors, you can come in with zookas, you can come in with whatever the heck you want. There are many ways to do this. I don't really recommend doing it the way that I did it in the previous attack, unless you want to farm all of those cells. And if you do it the way I did it in the previous video, come back here, get rid of those doom cannons somehow, some way, or you're going to fail in the exact same way that I did. We're going to click retreat once. That way, when we finally get these next 2 buildings, that artillery will land and then our troops will run away to safety. Don't even need to watch what's happening. We can just watch our GBE numbers. Come on. Come on. Now, the artillery does need to go quite a ways, so we're going to retreat. And why I'm retreating, excuse me, is that laser beam right there worries me a little bit about its range. Let's keep going. Let's see how much damage we've done to those things. Just under half. So like I said, probably going to be 3 full attacks just to get rid of those ridiculously strong shield generators. So now, if you have to choose between artillery and barrage, if they're about the same cost, tend to go towards artillery, simply because you're guaranteed to hit all 4 shield gens with artillery. Hopefully you've upgraded it, but if you haven't, obviously use whichever one is upgraded more, and it all comes down to costs, obviously. So here we go, we're getting rid of that last shield gen. Not going to be able to get enough cells without damaging all of our zookas, so I'm just going to retreat here. Like I said, 3 full attacks for low levels to get rid of those shield gens. Not super ideal or super awesome, but it should be good enough to get all of these stuff down and give us at least a chance at a core hit, which is all you can really ask for as a low level. Is, as you saw, the HQ17 account just didn't have a shot. This one will definitely have a shot. We're going to get rid of these mines next to that boom cannon. simply because we're trying to get as far to the north as we can, far to 12 o'clock, whatever the heck you want to call it, and then we're just going to drop all of our gunboat energy on the core, trying to reduce its health a tiny, teeny bit, and then finally a smoke on the core and retreat. Now it's showtime. We've got 2 full attacks here. We're going to bring Miss Brick, and hopefully we can get out of range of all of those lasers and do a fairly straightforward core hit. If you're not comfortable with core hits, obviously there are many ways to get this done. Now, where am I going to drop? I can drop over on this right-hand side and then walk up and over, but I think it's just better to go straight up the gut. So you could drop over here with 1 smoke, much safer, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to go straight up the gut. We're going to get right into Everspark's drill and hopefully take all of this down very carefully. My troops did peek out there a little bit, as you probably saw, so we need to be a little bit careful on our smokes. Okay. Here goes nothing. If you're not sure about your smokes, make sure you overlap them very liberally. Otherwise, you're going to have all sorts of zookas melting their faces off. I'm going to be a little bit too close, I think. We're going to go shock here and here simply, but yeah, I knew I was too close to the core, so we did not get into a good spot. But as you saw there, I had enough gunboat energy for 3 shocks. Am I going to have 2 failures here? I think I might. Ugh. So much pressure. Low level pressure. Let's have a look here. See where those lasers range to. So I need to get up between here. Not awesome. Not awesome. So I need to get out of these range of these laser beams. I was way too low. Let's use some diamonds. Keep going. The pressure is on. Add dramatic music here. And I'm going to use a granny flare. I used 1 flare to that whole walk, and it was not super duper smart, I don't think. An extra flare would have made things slightly... Oh, no! Oh, not awesome at all. So I'm going to use a nice little granny flare in here. Speaking of grannies, watched Mrs. Doubtfire with the kids last night. There is an old-fashioned classic. Now we're going to flare as close to that Doom Cannon as we possibly can. If you have a movie from your childhood that you watched that you think my kids should watch, please do let me know. Would love to hear it, simply because I love watching movies with my kids. Let's go like this. Oh, they're not staying where I'd hoped they would. We're going to go 1 and 2 and just hope that we can get all... Oh, lasers haven't wrecked us yet. I shocked way too early. I was looking at the wrong smoke timer. Hopefully we can still get this down. It's going to be super close. Ugh, that was so not good, but we managed to take it down. So that is something that you can consider doing. 3 gunboat energy attacks on those shields, and then a core hit, making sure to stay out of range of those lasers. HQ18, XP46, completely unboosted. Oh, that was not super awesome. Now I'm going to pause, come back with a max level account, and we're going to do it using something ridiculous. Back in a second. Okay, so as you can see here, we have got max level account with troop health. I'm going to do it with warships troops, simply because why not? It's all about the heavy rush right now, so we are going to bring some heavies. We are going to rush those shield gens, then we're going to rush the core. I don't think there's much chance, if any, of us soloing it, but I'm just going to try, simply because this is one that can be done without a heck of a lot of difficulty. Now, this is one, if you watched my War Factory a couple weeks ago, if you are subscribed, by the way, subscribe for awesome War Factory stuff. You can get all of these lasers to lock on bullet, and then you can just walk up to the core using grenadiers or bombardiers. That is a fairly straightforward attack. We're not going to do that because it's far too straightforward for us. We're going to drop 1 like this, then we're going to drop all of our heavies into here, and then we're going to cover them with smoke as bullet gets absolutely wrecked. Bullet getting shot in the face for us so that our heavies don't have to. And then just walking all of our troops across the face of that hot pot just for extra danger. extra ridiculousness, and then hopefully getting all of our troops right back into here. They're not going to stay underneath one smoke. Note to anyone who's ever used heavies, they're not going to stay underneath one smoke. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some critters out front, throw a shock right about there, and hopefully have our battle orders. Bullet is not helping. You see how Bullet's taunting things, but he's not doing anything at all. So I used the wrong range for Bullet, and I was thinking that Bullet would be out front. Bullet is not out front, so this is going to be an absolute and utter train wreck, just like the rest of this video. So probably should have sent just Bullet with energy drink against those back shield gens, kind of like you're sending Bullet. Let's do that right now. I'm going to send Bullet with energy drink. I can't believe I haven't maxed energy drink on this account. We're going to send Bullet back there, hoping to get these shield gens, sort of like on warships where you're sending him to get those back, what are those things called? Engine rooms. This attack, this war factory. You know what? I tend to delete videos simply because I don't like showing failures. I don't celebrate failures like the Boom Beach says they do. I can't see Bullet's health. There we go. Bullet's health getting fairly low. Need to get... These smokes keep covering his health. Ugh, let's just get max level artillery, max level barrage. Does so much more damage than low levels do. At least we can do an all heavy... core hit. Maybe this is just an absolute train wreck. Not pretty whatsoever. So stick to grenadiers, stick to bombardiers. They're going to be all the answers you need. Now, realistically, I probably should have brought my level 1 grenadiers to get this core down, because they would have outranged those doom cannons probably. So a little bit of a gap on my part. Didn't think about that at all. So now what we need to do is get all of our heavies up into here. Oh, and Bullet up into here. Don't really care about lasers when it comes to heavies. Now we're going to go up here, hopefully getting Bullet in front of our heavies. I don't know that that's going to happen or not. And now we just need, I think, no, Bullet's going to walk the same speed as our heavies, which is going to be a problem. Oh, lordy, lordy. Let's just flare the core. Get all of our heavies out front, and now we also have energy drink loaded, which is not what I was hoping to do. Let's do a 4-wide shock and just see what we can do to get rid of this core. Heavy's not doing anything. This is not like warships at all. At least look at this though. Bullet is on the right side. He's standing in the right spot for once in his life. Heavy's not doing much. Yeah. Where's that? Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? We have devolved into complete and utter ridiculousness. I'm sort of okay with that, sort of not. Let's keep going, sending heavies at the engine rooms, giving you a very, very important lesson of what the heck you should not do on War Factory. This is a terrible, terrible strategy that will not work and is utterly laughable, but hopefully you guys at least find it laughable. So we're going to get all of our heavies into this one little smoke. That's never going to happen. Heavies will not stay where you want them to, but we can at least hope that we can go shock, shock, critter, critter, and get all sorts of damage to this core. Brick doing far better for our dudes until Brick dies. So not awesome under any circumstances, but you saw how much damage they did when Brick was actually alive, which was fairly awesome, and now it's just the war of heavy failures. So can we take this down? I really, really don't know. What we probably could have done is used all heavy rushes to get all of the lasers down, just to incorporate some warships ridiculousness. I think this is going to be my worst ever warships war factory video in the history of videos. So if you guys enjoyed this, please do let me know, and if not, then let me know as well. And I simply won't do this style of attack ever again, because the low level failed sort of. I mean, we didn't really fail with the low level, We kind of did, but at the same time, we also got all of the rewards that we really cared about, which is the important bit. We're going to go right into here, keeping all of our troops alive, and now shock all of the Doom cannons and hit battle orders at the right time. I almost forgot. Come on, it's going to be so close. Go away. Boom Shaka. That's not even worth the Boom Shaka Laka, to be honest. Boom goes the dynamite. Nope, just a big, fat... That was War Factory in 3 different ways. The second way, fairly decent, but not the easiest way to follow whatsoever. Decently hard War Factory, simply because there was nothing to hack, lots of prototype defenses, and low-level troops struggle against lasers mightily, mightily badly. So that's War Factory for July the 2nd. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the old-fashioned normal base. Don't forget to clear those NPCs, clear those bases, pick up your supply chests. Your task force will thank you. Everyone needs intel. And Warships gives a ton of intel at the start, but then it just dwindles away. And so it's this weird thing where task forces will have lots and lots of intel at the beginning of Warships, and then it just kind of goes away until Crab comes back. Wish we had a bit more room to bank that intel. Also wish that War Factory would give us intel. Nonetheless, as always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace!